So I've had a few requests. If I was a degen, what would my 5 degen altcoins be? Let's get into it. So the first one on the list would be 𝗕𝗓𝗪. Now, look, I think that this one has started to build some utility, and I think people should be taking notice. I think the vast amount of people in their community alone means that, you know, it needs to be taken seriously. And look, that's going to be a reoccurring theme for this particular video. I'm not a degen, but if I was going to be one, these would be the projects. And I'd probably just go into them evenly. And you could, you know, potentially look at some of them and see whether they resonate with you. But 𝗕𝗓𝗪, mainly because I love the size of the community and they're now starting to add utility. And I think when you start to add real world utility to your project, it makes people like me start to stand up and take notice. So yeah, first one on the list is 𝗕𝗓𝗪, and 𝗕𝗓𝗪 is down 1.62% at the time of recording in the last 24 hours and priced at 0.00009588. And obviously this is pre-recorded because I've been having surgery, so I might not be able to record video, so I'm just doing these in advance. This is the first one. Let me know, you know, what projects you would have in your degen you know, portfolio. Let us know in the comments below which ones would you switch in and switch out. Really interested to understand that and any that I may have missed on this list. Moving on, the next one is 𝗕𝗘𝗪. Again, similar theme to what we were just talking about with 𝗕𝗓𝗪. Starting to add utility. We actually spoke to the team, and this isn't a sponsored video. No one's sponsored us to do any of these videos. This is my honest opinion. But yeah, they started adding utility, and there's some really, really interesting stuff that this team is working on. And I think, again, it's another project, big community, good people behind it, that I kind of feel like we should be taking notice of this project as well. So 𝗕𝗘𝗪 is another one. 𝗕𝗘𝗪 is down 0.50% at the time of recording, 2.50% at the time of recording. It's been a long day. Priced at 0.00000326. Again, I think that this is going to do really well in the bull market. Huge community, and the additional utility really does interest me and makes me think, yeah, we should be looking at this project. Moving on, and the next project is Bone. And again, under the Shiba Inu kind of ecosystem, Bone is a really interesting project. One that I've talked about many times on this channel. One that I think people really do need to take notice of. It's got a really good tokenomic system for this project, in my opinion. It's a layer 2 network. You already know my views on layer 2s. You know, much needed. Down 2.59% at the time of recording at 0.5892. Ticker is Bone. You can purchase this on OKX, 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗡, BitGet, just to list a few. So yeah, look, another really interesting project. I think the tokenomics are what sets it apart. 91.97% of it's already circulating. Again, another reason to be really bullish on Bone. Now, moving on, we've got TokenFi. This again is kind of in kind of coalition with 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔. So a bit like Bone, I said there's going to be a bit of a recurring theme here. The tokenization of real world assets is what TokenFi is going to be working on. Look, for me, real world assets is going to be a really, really big sector in the crypto space. You're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars worth of, market for real world assets. It's it's $1 trillion by 2030, but like, even if they just get a percentage of it, hundreds of billions, but 16 billion, for an industry sector by 2030, it's just monstrous. And yeah, for me, people should be taking note of TokenFi. I think it's going to be really, really big. TokenFi is up 1.08% in the past 24 hours and is priced at 0.03352. And yeah, look, more and more people are going to start, realizing what is going on with this one. Only 10% of the supply is circulating so far. One to definitely be doing some research on this one. Like, definitely research this project. If there's something that you take from this video, it should be that. Research this project. I think that it's going to do really, really well. And the final one that I want to talk about is Fractal. So Fractal is a project that is I guess a rebrand from Findora to Fractal. Again, it's a multi-layer ecosystem, whereas Findora was a layer 2. Now, Findora had quite a few issues with some upgrades and people not being able to see their tokens when they were staking them in their wallet, not being able to undelegate, and various other issues. Now, that is why I'm putting it in this Degen play, because I really do think that this project has got a really good, solid team, and I do think that it's going to do really, really well. And I think it's going to be one of those outliers. I think a lot of people that might have already sold off or are planning to sell off. But again, I just think that this is going to do really, really well. There is, something that is required in order to get mainstream adoption in cryptocurrency, and that is a privacy layer. And like, I've given some examples of like healthcare and stuff like that, because I'm pre-recording this because I've had some health issues. So, first-hand experience of how bad, trying to manage your data is. I had to get data from basically all my like test results, blood test results, scans and stuff that I'd had under the NHS to a private surgeon for my operation. I've probably already had by the time this video comes out. And I mean, like, I was told to put SARS in by the NHS at the hospital, which would have taken like 30 days. I was told to fill in forms online, email them across, and then they send it over in a couple of days. But, it was really pressing because, in order to get the surgery date that I wanted, I needed to do that on the same day. I need the information immediately. Now, with a privacy layer, I could own the data myself, and I could choose to unmask and mask for whoever. So again, I think that this is a really important aspect, and you do need it for adoption, particularly with banks. You want to be able to, mask what it is you're purchasing and stuff. On the blockchain, everything's visible. So I think Fractal got a really unique position in the market. It's currently down 1.78% in the last 24 hours at 0.001487. I do think that this one is going to make a huge comeback. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comments below. Let me know which ones you would have switched out, switched in, and what your Degen plays would be. Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one.